Hey, Bible Fellowship leaders. This weekend we're in John 18:28 through 40, and I'm sending you guys some supplemental material that may help you as you're studying. Obviously, we're looking at Jesus' trial before Pilate, before Annas, before Caiaphas, and ultimately Jesus is without guilt and sinless in every way. But as I was studying, I found it very helpful to cross-reference this in Luke, and specifically Luke 23:13 through 25. It just goes a little bit in more detail. Luke goes a little bit more detail than John does about Pilate and the chief priest and Pilate's discussion with Jesus. And it's interesting that Pilate, as he is finding no fault in Jesus, he says this as he comes back out to the crowd. This is Luke 23:22 and following. And he said to them a third time, "Why, what evil has this man done?" Now he's speaking to the crowd about Jesus. "I have found in him no guilt demanding death." Now remember, Pilate's the Roman governor. He's the only one who could declare that Jesus could be put to death. The Jews couldn't do that. "Therefore I will punish him and release him." Verse 23, but they were insistent with loud voices asking that he be crucified, and their voices began to prevail. And I've written a question in my Bible as I was studying this before. What voices prevail in my life? Now Pilate had just encountered the truth. It's interesting over in John 18, verse 38, Pilate said to him, "What is truth?" He's got Jesus, the way, the truth, and the life, John 14:6, right across from him. He's hearing Jesus say that he is the king, that he is the Messiah, and Pilate's got a choice. But I think it's interesting that Pilate lets his master prevail. And who's his master? Well, ultimately, Satan's his master, but he's listening to the voices of the people. And I believe we today, even as followers of Jesus, that sinful nature, those voices can still pull us away from following Jesus. And as you're teaching this story that many people know, that we've taught many times, some application could be, what draws me away from Christ and my walk with him today? I know there are things in my life that can draw me away. What about for you guys as teachers? What about for your Bible Fellowship listeners? Let's talk about that kind of stuff this weekend, and let's apply the truth that we have of Jesus. He's the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father but by him. And then let's encourage those believers in our class. Hey, let's walk in the truth. John 8:31 and 32 says, "If you hold to my teachings, you're truly my disciples, and you will know the truth. The truth shall set you free." I also sent you a couple of little, an opening illustration that you could use that I thought was pretty good, and maybe some other little notes about Barabbas. Hope you guys have a great week. Hope you have a great Sunday. I'm praying for you specifically. If there's something I can pray for you about, please email me directly, bfelton@fbns.org. And I'm going to pray for you guys. I just pray that God moves in a great way as you share his word. Let's let his word do its work, and you guys do the ministry in your class. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. See you Sunday.